Alright guys, we're gonna go on a ride. I'm riding the SH150. Glenn is riding the 110. And we're ready to go. We are gonna head all the way to Pennsylvania on the scooters. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Hey. Hey there, buddy. That's a Triumph. That's a Goldwing. That's a Harley. Hey, that's your buddies.
You got no respect. You got no respect.
Alright, we need to... Whoa. What is the other side? He's on the other side of the road. We're filling both of these hogs up. That one gets 110 miles to the gallon. That one gets, I think, 94. On a freaking motorcycle, I have to go 400 miles before I get a good buzz, thinking that I did an adventure. But on an SH150, I can go 100 miles and it feels like it's the same sort of adventure. This guy sells bees and bee supplies. I really like this area. It's not that far off from DC, but I believe it's called Laytonsville. What is this? Look at these fancy cars. Oh wow. What? Where the hell is he? You know, it's funny, this area is the Monarchy battlefield area, and I was just riding and I saw him like slow down quite a bit, and I never really understood why he was doing that. But now I realize that, you know, he's in the army, so seeing these battlefields to me is commonplace, and I'm a little bit further removed because I'm not even American. But he's a real American in the army and very patriotic. So when he sees these battlefields, I think he's probably has a different reaction than I do. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I can't believe a lot of people died in these fields. Mostly when I go to Gettysburg. But yeah, like when I'm riding around here, it just feels like countryside. But for him, it's like, whoa, that's a patriotic area where a lot of people have died, and I should respect it. I think that's really why he was slowing down. Look at all these people here. This is a huge picnic here. I like these little humps on the road. Doesn't feel the same on a scooter though, because you go through it so much slower. Tunnel, one-lane tunnel, turn on headlights. I love that when they give you these little warnings. Look at that. Oh, look how cool this is. And you can rev up your bike like crazy. Isn't that awesome? Oh, there's a car. Tunnel just goes over, it's not Route 15, it's Route 340. Really kind of cool.
Yeah, where are we?
We're actually near West Virginia.
Really?
The Harper's Ferry, West Virginia.
I wish I had like a map, but I'll pull up on my phone later.
Yeah, I'll show you. We're gonna go north. We're just heading north. Look at that. I'm finding all sorts of roads today. That's the beauty of the scooter. It's so easy to ride and casually look around. Okay. What is this? Look, motorcycle guys. Lots of them. ADV guys. Look at these guys. Whoa. Dual sporters. Hey! We found a bunch of like dual sport guys. That is hilarious. Look at this. Hey! BMW. Look at these guys. And their fancy motorcycles. That is funny. Man, this is the place to ride. Oh, I don't know if I wanted to go here. Oh, look at all this gravel. I think it has to do all the rain that we've got, and yeah. I mean, I could totally use a scooter like this for the type of riding I do on the Super Tenere. Sure, the Super Tenray's got like a bash plate, crash bars, but this thing is just so much more maneuverable. I like the idea of the dual sport ADVs quite a bit, and I wish that the Honda ADV 150 was a little bit better for off-road riding, a little bit more suspension. I think that's the problem. They just gave it a little bit of a look, like a ADV look, and they say that couldn't be possible to get the high rock in a day on a scooter. Look at this. We're approaching Fort Ritchie. Actually, this area right here belongs to the government, this entire area. The one thing you notice is that the Army sure has a lot of money because they have abandoned a lot of these buildings. This is where Fort Ritchie, it's completely abandoned. It's like a zombie apocalypse in there. It's awesome. There was a couple there and they were talking about the history. So it closed in 1998 and it's been bought by a young developer, American. But the weird thing is that half of the land, actually, look at this guy. Is there somebody? Nobody's in there. There's a lot of people here today. So you see all the motorcycles going to Penmar, but half of the land from Fort Ritchie was bought by South Koreans, a South Korean company, and they monitor it using like video cameras. But so we're about to just go to High Rock, but Fort Ritchie is at the footsteps of High Rock. So this is Penmar, and there's some like really nice parks over here. So I think that's why that Fort Ritchie is fascinating, because they're developing it, but it's in a really idyllic location. It's absolutely idyllic. Alright, here is High Rock, and just as I thought. Oh, look at that, they're gonna jump. There's some hang gliding happening.
Actually, that's what we're riding. This is like an ADV 110, and that's an ADV 150. How is it wrong?
Who's going up?
He is the one carrying it.
Is he gonna?
Yeah. He's 7 years old too.
It actually tells you if you're going up or down, because you can't
Fly by the seat of your pants.
I mean, some people can.
go in to go fast. Would you like to give us a hand?
That made his dream come true.
Picks up before that. Pull it down so it comes straight. Yep. Where?
Whoa!
That's a good launch, right?
Glenn, what do you have to say?
That was impressive.
Awesome.
Clear, I let go as instructed.
Wow, that was amazing. Oh, that is so awesome.
Hey, you can hear him really well.
Yeah.
So he should gain altitude. That's some cool footage. We just witnessed here was a hang glider. He launched, in the words of you, he levitated right from this rock. He didn't even take it to the edge. He said clear. That was my instructed point to release the wire. I was holding the wire just as a safety precaution along with that other gentleman. But when he said clear, I let go, he levitated. He immediately started to lose altitude. He gained a little bit, and he had about, I'd say roughly what, maybe 10-minute flight, roughly?
Yeah.
And he landed right down there. He's lost altitude almost immediately, but he gained a little bit, and he covered some decent distance, and he actually was all the way out there, you know, in that field that's even beyond the landing strip. So he covered quite a bit of distance. Now, he did a couple of great passes for the fans here. He went back and forth several times.
And you can hear him really well.
You can hear him crystal
Yeah.
clear. He didn't even have to raise his voice to say, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And at that point, he was, what, maybe 100, 200 feet out from the cliff?
Yeah.
So he did a couple of scenic flybys, if you will.
So if you're wondering where High Rock is, it's really the area called Penmar, Penmar. M-A-R. If you go there, you'll reach this park down here. Hey, look at these guys. I get the feeling that the hang glider flew over here. The thing is that the hang gliders must have fallen somewhere around here. There's a farm, there's a strip, and there's a Honda Fit. That looks very familiar. There's a tower. So, it's very... I am not exactly sure, but it's a private road, I'm pretty sure. And there's a long landing strip. And that's where those guys go. Man, I cannot find these guys. I thought I could find the glider, but very difficult to find. Man, this got a little rough. Look at this. That is pretty badass here. He bought a bike for like $1,500 and he spent $2,000 like fixing it. Whoa. Well, squids, I managed to do about 200 miles on both the Elite 110 and the SH150. Of course, I'm riding the SH150, Glenn is riding the 110. And we are almost home. 200 miles on a scooter means that you did about 400 miles on a motorcycle. It kind of translates that way because they are so much more uncomfortable to do long rides. Remember, these are not maxi scooters, but they're very competent machines. You can do a lot of riding and even touring on these little things. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
I shall show the world that I can be its master. I shall perfect my own race of people. A race of atomic supermen that will conquer the world.
Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.